So hopefully you can hear me with all this wind. Sorry about the air freshener blowing all over the place as well. I've just gone to meet Duncan. We're on the way. We just fitted a status error sun strip to his car, and now we're just on the way to meet Luke in his R34 at the petrol station, because that's where we all need to go. So yeah, we'll catch up once we get there. One closest to you. So I've got a little bit of a problem. We're about to go for a drive out and I'm missing something. Sorted. So we've just set off on our drive. Yeah, like I say, I'm with Duncan in his GT86, which is boosted. I think that's running over 300 horsepower now. And then Luke's Skyline, which should be like 380. So yeah, there's me and my MX5 with 140 horsepower. So I'm gonna have to do some fair driving to keep up, I think. Yeah, should be good. The weather's absolutely awesome. It's really, really nice today. So yeah, we're just about to head over Kirkstone Pass. So yeah, we'll get some footage on the way up. So we're about halfway up. Yeah, this road was literally like on the doorstep of my old house. So I've probably driven this road like 1,000 times, but on a day like this, it's just full of tourists. So you can't really go fast on it, but it's still an awesome road to drive. Actually, when we owned Heavyset, the company that I had before I started this YouTube channel, we were where we based the company from was like halfway up the pass. So it was awesome because on your lunch break you could just go for a blast up to the top of Kirkstone and back down. But yeah, it's just an awesome road. The views are absolutely mega as well. Check out these. I love about the MX5 is like wherever you drive it doesn't matter how old the person is in the other car, every MX5 waves at you. Like it, even if they're like 70 years old. It's so cool. It's like it reminds me of when I was younger. Me and my friend Dan had a Classic Mini as his first car, and it was absolutely sick. But every time we saw a Classic Mini anywhere, they'd always wave at us. And the MX5 kind of like reminds me of that. It has that like really strong like fan following that the old Classic Minis have got. But yeah, it's pretty cool when you're driving about and everyone's waving at you in the other MX5s. But yeah, I've never really had a car like that before, which is cool. So we're down the other side of Kirkstone Pass now. Once you get to the other side we started off at the Windermere end and we've come to over Kirkstone Pass, and now we're near Ullswater, and the road runs right beside the lake. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Super busy today as well because it's so So we've made it to the top of Shap. Talk us around your GT86.
Oh god.
So this is Duncan's GT86, Luke Skyline, which you will have seen in another video by the time I've uploaded this. So yeah, this is Duncan's GT86. We have done several videos on it now, haven't we? But
we need to do another update one because it's stage 2 now since we did the last comparison.
Yeah, so we did a video of it tuned naturally aspirated, then tuned for stage 1, well, tuning development stage 1 turbo, wasn't it? So now it's stage 2, and you've just got it back from Toyota.
Yeah, after a farce going on.
So yeah, explain what happened with that.
So it's Thank you. The early build models of the GT86 through the first half of 2012, just to the beginning of 2013, had an engine recall for the valve springs, because apparently they shit themselves in some engines and that causes bad things. So I took it into a dealership, which I won't mention the name of because legal stuff, and they did the recall, and then 5 weeks later the crank bearing just destroyed itself and murdered the engine basically. So after 5 years of owning it with no problems, and then that happened 5 weeks after the recall, wasn't particularly happy, emailed Toyota, and basically, long story short, got a replacement engine sorted. The turbo also had to be replaced because the crank bearing shell fragments passed through the turbo and destroyed the exhaust turbine. So new short block motor, new turbo later, 6 months down the line, back.
Yeah.
So
and you've had a few little changes since last time, haven't you? Like the mirrors.
We've got APR Performance carbon fibre wing mirrors. Some little shit decided to kick off my driver's mirror because they're jealous of somebody who has something that they've worked for, so they got replaced with carbon mirrors. I took the opportunity. Got the Maxton Designs front splitter, just a bit of aesthetic niceness, just to make it look a bit more aggressive. Goes with the wing mirrors, and eventually I want a spoiler as well, but that's quite a way down the list now at the moment. What I've just fitted today with Ash, the Status Era sun strip, which is very cool, me like it lots. Got the semi-slicks on now, got the Yoko Advan 808Rs, thank you, fell out my mind for a minute. Yeah. What else have we got? We've got full, well I say full harnesses, we've got 3-point harnesses in both the passenger and driver side, just for a bit of added support when you're doing track driving a bit more aggressively. Yeah. Might have got my sticker just to indicate the whacking great turbos in it. I think that is everything that's new since the last time. Yeah. Yeah, so it's mostly cosmetic stuff. The mirrors save a bit of weight, but probably a bit negligible.
Yeah, probably is when you've got like 300 horsepower. Yeah. How much horsepower is it? Is it running?
It's 330.
330.
330.7.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 330.
I think that's probably like a perfect amount of power
as
well.
It is, yeah. I mean, unless you look at like the Fensport GT86R, and any more power than that, they've four-wheel drive converted it.
Yeah.
For a rear-wheel drive car, I think 350 would be the absolute limit that I would want to go.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with 330. If I can get it, I think I need to change the coilovers on it because they're 4 years old and they've started squeaking. So I think I need to get them switched out, so I might go for some BCBR coilovers.
Yeah. What have you got now at the moment?
They're the Tyne Flex A.
Ah, right, yeah.
They've been good, they've been really good.
Yeah,
but,
I've seen a few things about them starting to squeak after a while.
Yeah, so I think, plus with them being sat for 6 months and having no movement in the bushes, I think they just need to either overhaul the bushes or just switch out the full strut towers.
Yeah, so. I really liked the BCs on all mine. I
hear really good ratings. And as I say again, that Fensport GT86R runs the BCBRs, so I'll go with that, I think.
Yeah.
Need to do a brake overhaul, and then it'll be near enough where I want it for the time being. And then just more aesthetic stuff. Yeah. Wing, carbon fibre.
We need to do a track day with it.
We do.
Yeah. Once mine's ready, I won't be able to keep up with you.
I have been pre-warned that it is best just to run it on the lower boost map at 280 brake when you're on track, though. It's got an oil cooler, but just for safety's sake, just so you don't fry anything.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. And then we've got Luke's R34, which is 300. Well, it's meant to be 380 horsepower, but it probably isn't at the moment. So it's a few running issues at the moment. We've got some scabby seats in because we needed to put some. Well, Luke needed to put some seats in it so we could drive it. Is it running alright now?
I've just missed out on some Recaros.
And he was meant to bid on some Recaros at 12 o'clock and he missed out because we were driving. So, yeah. But, yeah, what's it running like at the moment? Is it?
Yeah, it's alright, really a bit rich.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting there. It's just teething problems with it, really.
Yeah. So, yeah, because the car was sat for, we don't even know how long. It must have been 4 or 5 years, mustn't it? So we had loads of teething issues with it when he got it back. So we've just had new belts. We had to put timing belt on it because it was literally like about to snap. It was like cracking everywhere. Yeah, and then we fixed a leak in the fuel line, and then the next fuel line burst, and then we fixed that fuel line, and then the injectors started leaking. Then we had a problem with the CAS sensor. What else did we do? There was loads of stuff. Coil packs. Yeah, so it's just basically we've had to just change a lot of stuff due to it being sat for a while. But it's running better than it was, isn't it? Like I think it just needs mapping more than anything, doesn't it?
Needs mapping ideally now.
Yeah.
But obviously I'll get a few more bits done before I take it down to get mapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, now's just the running in phase, trying to work out what else is going to go wrong and replace that.
Yeah. It seems to have been going pretty strong at the moment though. Like we've been on a few drives now, and it's been all right, hasn't it? So hopefully we won't have too many more problems, like getting on top of it now. So it was super frustrating, wasn't it, when we were like just fixing something and then something else would go wrong, and like.
It's nice just to have it back out, but like I say, a few months on the road, and then take it back off over winter and get some changes done. Yeah.
What are you thinking over winter? Are you thinking wheels and?
Yeah, new wheels.
We don't even know what they are at the moment. They're not even rotors, are they? They're rotor copies.
The copies of copies.
Yeah.
They're Akitas, something like that.
Yeah, I think I love the way it looks though. Like when you're following it, it looks so good. I think some decent wheels will really set it off.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'll probably get some new discs on the back as well for it. I've redone the headlights. I just need to get them finished off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might have a look at changing the front end over winter.
Yeah. And you're thinking Niz-Tune wing? Is it Niz-Tune or Z-Tune? Yeah, Z-Tune wings. Yeah.
Z-Tune wings, and then I've undecided on the bonnet, and then my bumpers.
Yeah.
Top secret.
Yeah. So yeah, it's running. When it was last mapped, it ran 380 brake, wasn't it?
Yeah, just over 380.
Yeah. So hopefully, once everything's sorted, you should be able to get back to that number and get it mapped.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not chasing numbers. I'm building more for
drivability,
reliability and stuff. Yeah, more than out. But in number wise, I'd be aiming for about 450 to 550, anywhere around there.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah, I've always said that once you go past like 450, 500 brake, it just becomes a bit undrivable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Are they 8 pots on the front?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Times 8. Just so I can tell you.
I thought it was like 6 or 4 or 6.
No, I was going to get some 60s for the rear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Complete.
I'm going through a dilemma at the moment whether I want to switch up to 18-inch wheels and get the bigger brakes, or stick with the 17s and have the benefit of having the 17s and have the slightly smaller brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to step up. I think I'm going to go to a 19 on them, I think.
Yeah, I've got normal brakes.
Tell us about your Turbo MX5 actually.
Yeah, I don't think I need to upgrade my brakes at the moment. I'm good.
Stop all 98 horsepower.
Yeah. It's 148 actually.
Oh, is it? It's a bigger engine.
It's got variable. It's got VTEC.
Oh.
So, yeah, we're just going to head back down Shap Summit. I think Duncan's going to go back the way we've just come. So, yeah, me and Luke are going to go head down Shap Road back into Kendal. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool road and it's a bit more wide open. And obviously, Duncan can't drive very fast at the moment because he's still running his engine in. So, yeah, we're going to head back down to Kendal because I've got work in like an hour now. So, yeah, let's head back down.